Okay, how y'all doing? This is my very first video. Let me start by a little introduction. I'm up periodically because I want to jump into what I got to say if this works. But my name is Nobody. Just call me Nobody. Like I said, I just want to touch off on certain little aspects. I watch the conscious community and stuff like that. I watch Tommy Sotomayor. I like the platforms and think it's a good idea and things like that. What I want to say, I want to start with the conscious community first. What you guys need to think about is the genetics. Give more thought and research on the genetics of the people, the tribes, the plantation, the food, the animals, the insects, and infants on people. Infants. I mean, you know what I mean by infants, just in case I'm not saying the word right. But focus on the people. Everything from this planet carries a similar marker to everything on this planet that links everything from this planet. Say if you're floating around in space somewhere and you just so happen to be able to catch it or get caught, and motherfucker do a DNA test and they like to say it come from your mommy or granddaddy, and you know, you watch Jerry Springer, they take a blood test and you're not the daddy or whatever, you are not the father or you are the father. Well, same thing for this planet. The planet can take a DNA test. And everything, infants on the things, every single living organism, including the germs, okay? Including germs, volcanoes, you name it, has a specific marker that identifies itself from this planet. Not Mars, not Neptune, not Uranus, not none of that shit. Not Saturn, not the sun, not none of that. Ancestors knew this. Okay? Ancestors knew this. So on my next video, I'll elaborate even more on what I mean by do more abundance. I mean, not just go as deep as you could possibly go. And you will see what I'm talking about. Again, focus on the people of this planet. And I'll return with part 2. First, let me see if this uploads on my YouTube channel. If it don't, then I won't do part 2. But if it does, then I'll come immediately with part 2. Again, my name is Nobody. And shout out to Mr. Sotomayor. When I get my stuff in order, I'll be a donator. Agreements and a lot of things that you say, but there is certain things that I don't agree with. I'm not in a position to call in or nothing like that shit. I barely could catch a live show. I'm catching repeats. But shout out to Mr. Tommy Sotomayor. Shout out to Mr. Sarnetta. Shout out to Brother Polite. Shout out to Shaka Atmos. Shout out to Red Pill, Blue Pill. Shout out to Sarnetta TV. Shout out to, like I said, the conscious community. Shout out to the world. Basically, period. Disagreeing doesn't mean I dislike. Agreeing doesn't mean you like. We have to get out of this label situation that they keep putting us in. Black, white, red, green, brown, blue. If you're going to call it the rainbow, then call it for what it is. This planet Earth got the rainbow on it. I mean, we got to get out of this label situation that they're keeping us trapped up under. Context. I'm not going to give too much at one time, but After you, if you research this planet and the people of this planet, the things of this planet, my next challenge is context. When you put the Bible, the Quran, the whatever, the papyrus, whatever you want to call it, whatever you think they called it, whatever they called it, when you deal with context, there's no room for misunderstanding. There's no room for right and wrong. None. Just like truth has no blemish. There's no such thing as a lie, people. Without the truth, you cannot begin and or have a lie. Again, peace out.